Hey everybody, it's Big Z People here. I'm gonna record a video, just no intro. So, we begin our story with Deku walking down the street. With a broken arm, of course. It's from Bakugo. Don't really need to explain why he has a broken arm. He just has one. So, Deku is just walking down the street to his house, and then a villain breaks through the building, and a guy slams into the into a car, slamming it, exploding it, then hitting Deku with a piece of rubble from the car. Luckily, his cast saved him, but it broke, so his arm just goes limp and snaps again, which makes Deku yell because that hurt a lot. And then the guy hears him, grabs him, breaks every bone in Deku's body, and then Deku coughs out blood, and then it shows the villain's face. It's just a big guy who is just big. He has a muscle enhancing quirk. Not muscular, just muscles. Not like muscle covering him, but muscle growing. Basically a weak version of muscle. And then a hero jumps out, showing it's the bulldozer guy that teaches the what was that course where the pink haired girl trains and calls her robots babies? That bulldozer guy. That bulldozer guy. But the guy already knows how to beat him. It's where he shoots a rocket. The guy catches the rocket, and then he runs up and just shanks the guy. But aren't any like brutal areas. Like shanks him with like a tiny needle into the guy's forehead, and he falls asleep. You wanna know how we know he's falling asleep? There's Z's floating upwards above his head, and then Deku crawls with just a pinky out of the guy's hand, and the bulldozer guy sees him, scoops him up, and then just sprints towards the UA. Actually, UA, because that's where he works. By the way, this takes place 10 months before the training arc. Takes 10 months before the 10 months. It takes, it's, it's before the 10 month training arc with All Might. That's when this takes place. And Deku runs. Then the guy puts him on the table and then just tears pieces from a couple of his robots. And luckily, most of them have the exact same design because it's just robots for him to. By the way, his quirk is super intelligence, if you're wondering. I actually don't know if that's actually his quirk, but we're just gonna say it's super intelligence here. So he starts tearing to pieces. That cat will not stop yelling. Okay. So the crew just sprints around stealing parts from his robots. Luckily, they're the same side. Who am I kidding? I just said this. Never mind. Let's just continue with the thing. He quickly builds a body, takes Deku's head, tears the brain out, puts it in a jar, puts it in the fridge next to a sandwich, and then just speed builds a helmet. Then quickly puts hair follicles into the thing. Well, he couldn't really get the same shade of color Deku has, so he just used black. And he couldn't make two eyeballs, so he just had to do one big one. No mouth. Then he had to take the guy's brain out and then carefully connect it to the robot head. And then he put it in, sealed it, and then then he starts smacking the robot. Like that's gonna work. And then Deku wakes up. The eyeball opens, and then his pupil glows up. And then Deku just immediately starts screaming because his head's off his shoulders, thinking he died, but no, he's fine. And then the bulldozer guy starts yelling at him that he's fine, he's fine. I just had to put your brain into a robot. And then Deku screams even louder because his human body is missing. She starts screaming even louder. So the guy grabs him, shoves him on the robot's body, and sees what he. And then Deku gets up and trips and falls until he tries to freaking crawl away. But the guy picks him up, tells him to calm it down, bro. You're fine. Look, you still have a body, you still have your brain, you still have your memories, correct? Yeah, yeah. Name, kid. Just starts snapping at him. Remember your name? It's Izuku Midoriya. Okay, family, uh, location of house, and then Deku just says normal stuff that he should know, and he does know all of it. But then the guy searches up the address, realizing it is a adoption area, and just says, "Yeah, no way they're gonna believe this is the same kid." So he gets up, walks towards Deku, and tells him that, well, look at yourself, and then look at this photo I found on the internet with his phone. And then he looks at him like, yeah, that doesn't look like me at all. Yeah, so I don't think we can bring you back to the area you were living at. So I guess you have to live with me. And Deku sighs and robot. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So then Deku gets mad at him, telling him, "You could have just left me to die, and I didn't have to look like this, like I was supposed to leave you." And they start arguing. And then Deku is again saying, "Fine, you better have a training area here, because I'm gonna become a hero with these superpowers." And the guy says, "Yeah, I do. It's where I test out my weapons." Well, you are a weapon, so. Wait, why would you build a weapon? Look around my office for a second, kid. Deku looks around, realizes he's made of scrap metal. Are you serious, dude? I'm dead serious. But you do have weapons, so go test them. And Deku walks into the gym, then his eyes glow even brighter, and then we skip to 10 months. Then we see a destroyed ring and area. Then we see Deku steaming with a bunch of about to charging up on Deku's wrist, and then he spins, and then lasers come out, like in the Iron Man movie. What Iron Man did to all those war machines. Good. And then Deku gets up, exits the room, and then the guy says, "So, how was the 10 months?" "Exhilarating. If you're wondering, yes, Deku was in there for 10 months and did not have any human reaction for 10 months. So he does not respond and is quiet. He changed from timid, quiet kid to shut up. I don't care." Like that. Doesn't care. At all. That's it. Okay. So Deku sprints, not sprints, but walks. Just walks the whole way to the UA sports, the UA thing. Walks in, takes the exam. Deku's by the way, Deku is basically internet, which means he can connect to the internet just by his brainwaves. So you got all the answers really easily. And then we go to the next part where Deku is into the sc- scrolls up, walks just straight up just walks past, not even reacting when he tries to tell him to stop, to tell him to not speak to the girl. He just bumps him, moving him immediately. Ida puts his hand on him, but Deku just shrugs him until Ida gets way too frustrated for a guy who has basically one of the weakest quirks I've ever seen. Okay, so I need to click end this. Ida swings. Deku knocks him out immediately, then climbs over the walls, destroying all the robots. Then the zero pointer comes out. Deku just one-shot it with a beam. Okay, that's what I'm gonna leave this right now. Like, subscribe, hit the post notification bell. I will see y'all later. Sorry, I didn't record earlier. Bye bye.